Hello, y'all. Um, Today is Sunday, January 29th, 2023 at 11:10 a.m. Excuse me. Well, I ended up eating some of the chips and stuff like that yesterday, last night, and I ended up getting no sleep until after 5 o'clock this morning, and then I had intense, vivid dreams. Like now, I don't even remember what dreams I had, but the perp neighbors, the hotel neighbors, they woke me up being loud and screaming. Excuse me. I guess that was their fake wake up call for me. Then I woke up at 9 o'clock and couldn't go back to sleep. So I guess I only got 4 hours of sleep, or probably less than that. But I was up all night long. Well, I'm still gonna keep trying to monetize my videos, but one thing that caught me by surprise is that they said that they're gonna send me a PIN number to my mailing address, which is the Waterfront Mission. And it's like, well, damn, that caught me by surprise. So I guess it would be hard for me to keep up the monetization or get the funds for monetizing. Um, because remember I told you that Waterfront Mission, they always play with my mail and lie and say I don't have mail. So it would even be hard to get tax returns and everything else. And at first they would keep mail every 30 days, but now they keep mail once a week. I'm sorry. They keep mail for a week. They would keep mail for 30 days, and now they only keep mail for a week. And I hate having to put up with so much abuse to go there, just to go there and pick up mail. Or they put you through so much hell, you got to go through this process just to pick up mail. And I wonder why they used to allow homeless people to have a PO box, but I don't know why they cut that out. It's kind of pointless to have a PO box if you got your own place to live. You can have mail to your own house unless you have your own business or something. But they would not let me have a PO box. But I used to be able to be homeless and have a PO box. So I don't know what's up with that. And so it's difficult. So I'm feeling shaken up by that and upset. And so dealing with with work and employment and stuff, dealing with employers like gang stalking, abusive, narcissistic, former gang stalking employers that are gonna ignore your request for tax returns, and they'll ignore my emails or ignore my calls and emails, or ignore me trying to, or avoid me trying to contact them in person. That's what I have to deal with gang stalking employers. So yeah, I guess it's about that time of tax time and stuff, you know. So I guess I'll I mean, they said the weather is supposed to be really bad today. I don't know about tomorrow, but the weather is supposed to be really bad today, and I'm feeling emotionally depressed. Um, and I'm feeling slowed down because of the sleep deprivation. So I mean, I guess I'll just have the chips to eat. And I didn't want Reese's, but I wanted the other peanut butter cups. But I was craving chocolate and peanut butter. But I haven't had Reese's in a long time, and I'd be trying to stay away from Reese's. You hear them talking loud near my door? So I mean, me calling myself trying to make it easier on y'all by just having a doggone junk food snacks and call it a meal, and then miss another meal, and then just eat another meal. But if you don't feed a child 3 meals a day, people call it child abuse. But abusive narcissistic perps trying to police how many meals a day I should eat. Ignorant bastards. Why y'all so close to my door? So talking about you don't need to be eating 3 meals a day, or you don't seem to be starving to me, or oh you don't seem to be starving to me, or oh you don't seem to be missing too many meals, or whatever, but and then people make it like as if, oh, you acting crazy, you don't deserve help. Well, it's like maybe somebody might be going off because of being frustrated of people not wanting to help, but they want to make it like you're acting a certain way is the reason why people aren't helping you. No, people aren't help. I mean, you know, people not helping me is the reason why I get frustrated, and I hate being in this predicament. Everybody else is living their lives, and I still can't comprehend how is it the gang stalkers are considered more fun. It seems like how do they appear to be higher functioning than us targets? What it seems like, if I can't be functioning because of the gang stalking tactics and the forced sleep deprivation, and then my disability and everything, and these people are living normal. If they can fraudulently and illegally drive cars, but I have a driver's license, but abusive narcissistic perp employers, they damn sure not trying to give me a driving job. And then the gang stalking tactics is to sleep deprive or weaken the target. But even if they weren't sleep depriving me, they still won't give me a driving job. But so they won't. I'm sitting here wondering, what is it that I'm doing wrong, or how is it everybody else around me have far more success than me, and you know it's hard, and I've got to be forced to be, forced against my will on Social Security, SSI, all that. Well, they cut off my SSI but kept my Social Security, but now I'm gotta be forced to live on low income all my adulthood, and the abusive fake foster family and them, they never wanted me to work, and the biological family, all they do is take my damn money. When the foster mom and the foster sister Shelly have stolen my doggone money. And Mickey too, the foster aunt Mickey, the foster mom's sister Mickey. stole money from me before. How you steal money from a child? And they had done so many crooked and illegal things. I saw with my own eyes. Shelly had papers laying around that I was 22 years old. It was at 2006 after Hurricane Katrina, and she enlisted against my knowledge or my consent. I saw papers laying around of tax forms of Shelly listing me as one of her dependents. But they're self-righteous about people breaking the law and stuff like that. But I think I heard something about my twin sister said something about the foster sister Shelly was claiming us on income tax on her income as dependents ever since we were little or something. I'm not sure about that. I don't know, but but yeah, I mean, I didn't even realize that I was 18 years old and somebody stole my identity, and I was going to Nicholls State University in Thibodaux, Louisiana, going to college, and this disabled transportation I couldn't get because they falsely said that they had on record that I was incarcerated. At that time, I had never been to jail before. And I'm like, why would they, if I'm freshly turned 18, why would they have a lie saying that I'm incarcerated? And I couldn't get the special transportation. So the foster mom got mad and took it out on me that she made it like as if she was forced to. I didn't make her do nothing. She made it like she was forced to send me back and forth to and from psychiatrist appointments. But that was her still trying to control me after I became an adult. And then when I got my Social Security checks, she would take the big Social Security check and leave me with the smaller check, the SSI check, and then lie and say that my Social Security check is not my own income. And she lied and said she was payee over my checks, and she never, come to find out, she never was. And I didn't realize that when I was 18 years old, my credit wasn't the best because somebody had used my name and opened up a dealer's credit card and some other kind of credit card or line of credit or something um in my name, and I was 18 years old, and I wanted to set out to be debt free all my life, and I never wanted to take out student loans in the first place. But I think they say even though the Pell Grant is free, I think they say if you don't graduate or finish college, then they'll make you pay that back or something. So I had to go through finishing college, and then I was forced to take out student loans because the tuition exceeded the Pell Grant by the time it was 2004. And so I had to be forced to take out student loans when I didn't want to. I never wanted to. And I freaked out when they told me that I have to take out student loans. But I'm pretty sure that was all by design. And people lied to me and said that, numerous times I wanted to quit college. I wanted to quit school. And people were trying to make it like, well, if you don't finish college, you won't get a good job. And well, here I finished college and still forced low income all my life. All my life. And I'm wondering, people they want to make sure that I can never get to have the opportunity to make my own good money. I never got to make good money. So I don't know what that's like to make a salary. And I don't know what, I never got to work past my first job was the longest I ever worked, working at Popeyes my senior year in high school. Other than that, I can't even last 2.5 or 3 months on a job because of workplace mobbing and the gang stalking. And I ended up having an 11-year gap with no job at all. But all those attempts at trying to get employment in Denton, Texas, and it's all these setups and failures and everything. And I was wondering what is going on. And I didn't know it was part of the gang stalking at the time. That each job opportunity that I tried got sabotaged. They had a moment where I was living in Denton, Texas, and they had a school bus driver job that I tried to get, and the transportation to get to the interview, the gang stalkers sabotaged it with the transportation. I was supposed to get some disabled transportation, non-medical disabled transportation that I, and the driver deliberately didn't show up that day. Like, what a coincidence. So, I'm sitting here having a whole bunch of meltdowns because of all these setups and failures. And people were telling me that if I could have gone into the Spanish translation, if I wasn't, you know, me dealing with the fake mental health and the homeless situation, it held me down and held me back all these years. Um, Becoming homeless, it seems like they force you in a mental health program and they won't even allow you to get a job. Like, even in New York, they would not allow me to work or get a job. They wouldn't allow me to get my own place. They told me, you better not get pregnant. But I'm glad I never had a baby for Alex Mendez. He's not worth it. So in New York, after I graduated, they thought mental health was more important than an eye appointment. If they told me that my eyes were suspicious for glaucoma and that my eyes were at risk for glaucoma and that I could go blind at any moment, and then they told me the eye appointment can wait. So they forced me against my will to go to this fake mental health program that's not even therapeutic or beneficial. I can't be in New York. New York is everybody's hard and mean in New York. In Los Angeles, people are fake, and they start off nice, fake nice, but then turn hard and mean later on. But I have not been locked up in a mental institution ever since, after all these years not being on medication. The first time I ever was locked up in a mental institution against my will was in 2006. And so between 2006 and 2011, been in and out of the mental hospital. But I think in 2008, I was never in a mental hospital at all in 2008. But I mean, I feel like a dummy the few times that I put myself there, that I voluntarily went there, not knowing the truth or not knowing any better. But I never voluntarily put myself there again. And I'll never be willfully compliant with psychiatry and a mental health system anymore for as long as I live. I don't need it. I'm not crazy. So I'm taking my power back. So when I was compliant and loyal and faithful, taking those medications, and narcissistic abusers would say that, oh, you ain't been taking your medicine, or when they would make like as if they're at wit's end and that there's nothing that can be done with me, like as if nobody can handle me, that I'm that much out of control and crazy. And I didn't even know the truth at the time. I didn't even know the truth. I wasn't even a truth, or I didn't even know the truth at the time. So I feel like, what's the point of being loyal and faithful to taking medications and still and be compliant with all the doctor's appointments and this and that? Doctors don't want to hear shit you gotta say. All you're doing is talking about your own personal abuse that you've been through, and they don't want to hear it. All they do is treat you like you deserve to be punished. Don't want to hear a word you have to say, and prescribe medications and throw you out the room, and then um, diagnose you based on what their opinion of you is, and then the fake mental health therapists or case managers are twisting up your words, lying on you, and manipulating, and lie to the doctor and say that you have psychosis and stuff. So, um, one time when I was going to what they call that, the MHMR in Fake Denton, Texas, and I had a rookie. She was an elderly lady named Sri Palchuru, and she was a rookie doctor, brand new psychiatrist, and she was shady and all that. She was pretending to be fake nice, and I mistakenly thought she was a good psychiatrist. But come to find out, she would be like, "Well, how the compulsive thoughts coming in on? How the compulsive thoughts?" And but the fake mental health case managers falsely accused me. They falsely put it on there that I had a um single episode of psychosis just because I my leg was hurting, and then the fake case manager Holly tried to falsely lie to me and say, "Oh, you're having a panic attack. Breathe deeply." I'm like, over my leg hurting. Get the fuck out of here. So that's the kind of games they play, that they want to blame everything on anxiety or falsely accuse you of being schizophrenic and all that. And but that's the doctors that don't know you in the mental hospital. They'll falsely accuse you of paranoia. And when I try to ask them, well, what do you have me diagnosed as? And they try to hide the diagnosis from me and say, well, don't focus on the diagnosis, just focus on getting better. Well, what do you have to hide? Why when I ask you, what do you have me diagnosed as, and you're a brand new doctor who doesn't know me, that falsely accused me of being bipolar or schizophrenic, and then narcissistic abusers around you, they treat you like you deserve to be punished, and there's a lot of violent, you know, strong, vicious hostility and hatred. And then when I call them a fake bitch or something like that for being an asshole for real, then they'd be like, "Oh, well, why are you being hateful?" Well, you have a license to do it. Narcissistic abusers, they love to call you hateful for standing up to their abuse and control. I mean, and everybody makes it like as if everybody's at wit's end with trying to control my mental health or control my behavior and stuff, or they giving up on me. Well, good. You shouldn't be trying to control me anyway. I'm not trying to harm anybody. I'm not a danger to myself or others at the moment. So people won't allow me to be me, be myself. Ooh, I could tell like the sky is dark. So how come it's okay for normal people to say they don't need medication, but if I say I don't need medication, they'll say that's proof you're schizophrenic, or that's proof you're crazy. Well, what makes you think you're better than me or special? You think you're normal and not crazy. And then want to narcissistically lecture me, talking about that's not normal behavior, Candy. Well, your abuse ain't normal either. So, like, they falsely call me paranoid schizophrenic, or say I have suffering from paranoia, when I try to ask them, why do you have me on bipolar medications, and I know I'm not bipolar, but they were just diagnosing me with any freaking thing in New York. And that was a rookie doctor, I call him Fraudster Holden, in New York City. I don't remember his first name, but his last name was Holden. And certain fake psychiatrists, they'll they'll give you a new diagnosis every visit, or they change up the diagnosis or change up the medicine every visit. And y'all blame me and say it's my fault that I'm the one who's all kinds of fucked up in the head. So I don't know. I'm just glad to be free from the mental health system and the fake IDMR cult. If I was still a cult member, I would be at the sessions today. At the moment, I would be sitting right there. They became too controlling. So, if you're a grown adult, and like, what kind of so-called church? If they say they're a school and not a church, but they want to mock and mimic Christian churches, it's like a whole religion based off of mocking Christianity. And and all they care about is a name. Man worship. So it's like, um so it's like, if they try to restrict you from using the bathroom, like, and if you go to any church, you can get up during church service and go pee. But the fake cult Bible class, the fake IDMR cult, they won't let you get up and use the bathroom. They have ushers that abuse and bully you and won't let you go get up and, like, they won't let you be free to leave out. Or if you feel like you don't like what you're hearing, they force you to sit there the whole services and not interrupt. Church, I mean, you know, if you want to get up and leave a church mid-session, you can do that. But the fake IDMR cult, why they're so controlling, and now they want business attire and all that, you know. I'm like, y'all insane. Y'all falsely call yourselves doctor when you have no doctorate degree. Every adult is called doctor except me when I was in the cult. And they never referred to me as Dr. Candy Grandpre. I was an adult and they still called me sister like they do the children. But my twin sister was falsely called doctor, and we were in our junior year in high school. My twin sister damn sure ain't no doctor. But yeah, they falsely call everybody a doctor. Because the fake leader fraudulently and illegally called himself Dr. Henry Clifford Kinley, and he didn't have any medical degree. And then he was an occult fake healer, OCCULT, occult fake healer, fake New Age witch warlock healer, that healed everybody else but couldn't save his own two sons. And he blood sacrificed his sons, and he was part of Scottish Rite Freemason, Scottish Rite Freemasonry. And Foster Queenly, Henry Clifford Kinley had connections with some of your presidents. And then they try to make it like as if he warned JFK that JFK was gonna die. And so they had the fake, pretending like the world is gonna end in 1996 or something. That never happened. And so after Henry Clifford Kinley, they when he died, then they had fraudster Robert Edward Harris or whatever. And then I heard that the cult members acted a fool when they found out he died because he was the current cult leader, and I'm not sure who the big fat cult leader is now, who replaced him in the cult. But I don't have any memory of any of the IDMR cult members sexually molesting me, and I never really heard any stories about other people in the cult being molested or sexually abused. But I heard that it's very high adultery and divorce, like a lot of adultery and divorce in the cult. But um, I've been, of course, physically abused by the fake foster mom, and I remember I was like, I think I was between ages 7 and 9. They had that lady named Ruth Dappermont. I remember she put her hands on me one time. When I think I could have been in third or fourth grade, and they had a fake IDMR cult recital, and that lady was extra mean. And then they had that lady, Miss Joanne Gasper, and part of the cult too, and she was very hard and mean and abusive. Um, and everybody thought that she had a beautiful singing voice out of this world, but I think she was a narcissistic abuser. But I don't remember if Miss Joanne ever put her hands on me or beat on me or nothing. But I do remember being physically assaulted by that rude dapper lady, and she made me cry. You know, but I think I could have been 8 or 9 years old whenever they had that fake IDMR cult recital. But I don't have any, like, people talking about being molested in cults and stuff, or being but I have no memory of being molested by any IDMR cult member as a child. I mean, but the foster mom used to have, like, for a brief moment between when we were singing in a children's choir, Miss Joanne, I think she was the choir director, and the foster mom had her babysit us a few times. And I come to think of it, I think Miss Joanna was a narcissistic abuser who was highly narcissistic, and I couldn't stand that witch. I couldn't stand that lady, and she had a lot of anger and hostility. So yeah, they sitting there, like, they used to sit there and talk about, oh, our first speaker would be Dr. Brandy Grandpre, and the foster mom and everybody would applaud her, on whatever she got to say on the stage. But when it come to me, oh, our third speaker would be Sister Candy Grandpre. Really? I get off, and the foster mom say, look at you, looking like a fool. Look at your hair. Look at you running your stockings. You think that shit looks cute, Candy? I'll be goddamn. Candy, I'm telling you, you're gonna bust the lake wide open. Told mama bust the lake of fire wide open. Just because you think I look like a fool, I'm a fucking child. Like, what the hell? I'm going to bust the lake of fire wide open because you think I look stupid. If you left me with my hair to look just like this when I was 15, 16, 17 years old, No, I was 17 and my hair was long. But yeah, I mean, in the foster mom, everything I did or said after becoming targeted. This wasn't until after I became targeted when everything I did or said, she falsely accused me of just trying to get attention. They forced me on psychiatric medications that make me sleepy. If I doze off and fall asleep in the cult meetings, Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday, the foster mom would get mad and punch me. She would punch me like boom, like that. Or she would elbow me and force me to wake up. And then she would force me to stand up at the back of the class. Or she would force me to sit in the front and pay attention. Then when I started doing it voluntarily, she talking about, oh, there you, that's an attention getter. You sitting up in the front in those reserved seats because you trying to get attention to be noticed. I'm like, well, you're the one who forced me to start sitting in the front to stay awake. And then I would have my bad Tourette's, and they will always keep the building freezing cold on purpose. Like, no matter what the year, they would keep the building freezing cold. And then it would be freezing cold, and the foster mom would be fanning herself. Oh, Lord. No, I mean, she didn't say, oh, Lord. I meant to say, she didn't say, oh, Lord, but she would be like, and like in the fake cult Bible class, the foster mom, Adrian Felder, who they call Ann, you know, the biological brother Wyatt used to make fun of the foster mom and even when they had some kind of 100th anniversary or 50th anniversary or 25th, I think it was 25th anniversary of New Orleans fake IDMR cult, and so they had a celebration. The foster mom was gone for a long time, and me and my twin sister, when our junior year in high school, we got into a fight there. You know, I forgot what the fight was about, and then we ended up getting into an embarrassing fight at home in the laundry room, where she tried to, I'm gonna show you a gay bitch, and I'm not gonna go even further. Well, she tried to do, but trying to copy off the fake foster mom, but they, like, Wyatt used to laugh at and make fun of the foster mom, and then they had video clips of that anniversary thing where they said, you know, the foster mom would be like, mm-hmm, that's right, that's right, mm-hmm, that's right. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, that's right. And other fake cult Bible class members, they'd be like, that's right, that's right, that's right. I don't miss that one bit. Oh, they tortured us in that cult. Man, they tortured us in that cult. And then the foster mom, it would be so cold. And I always been hypersensitive to cold all my life. And the foster mom falsely accused me of trying to get attention for putting my arms inside of my jacket or put my arms inside of my shirt. And I'm like, damn it, I'm freezing. I don't care about no damn attention. I'm just freaking cold and trying to get warm. Leave me alone. But there was a lot of elitism in the cult. A lot of elitism. You know, yeah, with that fake ass doctor bullshit when nobody was a damn doctor. The woman was like the dean of the cult of whatever branch is glorified as like a mockery of a church pastor. And the dean, her name was Cheryl Saunier. Sonia, SherylSonia. Her husband Donald left her. Um, Last I remember Donald Sonia, I was like probably in second grade, 7 years old. That's the last I remember seeing him. And then she had two kids, Darius Sonia and Don Cherie, was a female who everybody sexually wanted. I think Darius still in a cult, but Don Cherie, she left the cult long time ago and became my high school Spanish teacher. Or was it she my home? No, she was a Spanish teacher, but she was my homeroom teacher. Oh, was she my Spanish teacher? I think she was my Spanish teacher and homeroom teacher. And fake slutty whore Don Cherie went and lied and saying she's Cuban. Y'all ain't nothing Cuban about y'all. But Darius Sonia, um he went into the Marines, and then we're like, Darius, what you do? He's like, I was bored. Darius, he delusionally believes he's class clown funny. Well, I'm not saying in a bad way, but he thinks thinks he's funny. But I never had an issue with Darius, but Don Cherie, a bitch, total bitch. But Don Cherie, I heard that she became like I did, became atheist. But I don't know if she ever found the real Jesus Christ. Look at me talking bad, talking sinful. I know. But but Don Cherie decided that she didn't care about your church, your class, or nothing. And she tried to, when she became the Spanish teacher, she pretended like she didn't know us, and she treated us like very abusive and treated us like worse than shit. She treated us really bad. Me and my twin sister, but my twin sister sexually wanted her and stuff. We were in our sophomore year and 15 years old in high school. So, my twin sister sexually wanted Don Cherie. Yuck. But, and the biological brother Wyatt sexually wanted her too. But people described Don Cherie to be stuck up. She was extremely tall, and both of them looked just like the mom. But I don't know how Darius turned out dark if Miss Cheryl and Mr. Donald were both light brown skinned, but Darius turned out to be dark for some reason, dark skinned. But they both looked just like the mom. But there had to be a reason why. If you're the doggone dean of the cult, which is the mockery of equivalent of a church pastor, and then for my senior year in high school, it seemed like they did nothing but have her get up and speak, rather than they used to alternate and have their picks and chooses and choose favoritism on who they wanted to be a speaker. And the moderator of the cult can choose whoever he wants or whoever she wants to be a speaker, and you usually get like 30 minutes to speak and say something about what you learned in the cult or whatever. But Miss Cheryl gets the last speaker and get the whole damn hour, like 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And then after we get out on Wednesday or Friday, the foster mom talks to her cult member friends who she lies and said that they're cousins. Fake Miss Jennifer and fake Miss Lois from the cult. And they have rumors swirling around that my twin sister and Wyatt and Blake, Toya, who they all shared together, and Toya was part of the fake cult. I think that because of Toya and my twin sister, I think that Blake attended the fake cult meetings a couple of times. So my twin sister even tried to get some of the biological family members involved, or try to get them to go to the cult too. I never in my life recruited anybody, successfully got anybody to go, but my twin sister even got her friends going. She even had China to be a member of the fake IDMR cult or going to the meetings. But Toya's sister Jalinda was making rumors saying that the foster mom and that she was secretly a lesbian with Miss Lois. and Miss Jennifer and all them, that lying and saying that their cousins is just a cover up. So yeah, the foster mom Ann used to spend hours, like all the way till 1 o'clock in the morning, gossiping. The foster mom used to be gossiping like from 10 o'clock p.m. to 1 o'clock on a Thursday morning, gossiping, talking bad about me and my twin sister, fighting or our behavior and stuff, and, and the foster mom used to, I mean, Miss Jennifer and Miss Lois and them, they were all her flying monkeys. The foster mom herself being a chief narc and her own cult leader of her own house. The foster mom ruled her own damn husband, the foster stepdad, and he was messy like a female, you know, starting trouble like a doggone female, like a woman. And he even had effeminate mannerisms and talked like a woman. I mean, hell face ugly and fake and crusty. And you sit there and delusionally believe you're a pretty boy and narcissistically brag about all the women you had. The foster mom, I don't think she was able to get Al into the cult, but she got the foster stepdad into the cult. I hate the man so much I don't even like to say his name. The foster stepdad. But he did have a lot of similar ways to Al, like having the bottom sole, being dark skinned and having the bottom soles of his feet being the color of the inside of New Orleans style chocolate donuts. We thought that was funny. But the foster moms, yeah, that fourth husband, if the foster mom yelled at and talk about how Brandy is Dwayne is the wife. No, she said Brandy is the husband and Dwayne is the wife. Well, and you the husband and you wear the pants in the house. The foster stepdad was working outside the home and cooking like the wife. And the foster mom couldn't cook to save her life. She couldn't cook to save her life. When we were 8 years old in third grade, the woman, she burned some big ass pot of red beans and burned the red beans. And she burned the red beans, and the red beans taste like cigarettes. And she forced us to continue eating the red beans anyway. And she would do stuff like put apples in tuna. I never liked that, but now I grow up to see people putting grapes, raisins, and apples in tuna. I'm like, yuck. But I don't like my tuna with apples or raisins or grapes or nothing. But the foster mom, it's like when she would make red beans, she would always make a big fat pot of red beans and make it way too salty. And then she would put a potato in there saying that the potato takes the salt away. And then that didn't stop it because the red beans would still be unbearably salty. The woman would put a whole damn canister of salt on her plate of red beans. And she will eat like a mouse or eat like a bird. She wouldn't eat narcissistically and self-righteously, didn't eat that much. And only narcissistically and self-righteously ate dinner. And she really didn't eat breakfast or lunch. She would eat dinner and she would always be irritated. But it seemed like a lot of narcissistic abusers don't eat that much. And they shun you if you do and call you greedy. And it's like, well, if y'all, like the religious narcs, if they're narcissistically fasting all the time and you wonder why they're so irritable and lashing out on people. If you're food deprived or sleep deprived, you get irritable. And I'm pretty sure if you're thirsty and water deprived or dehydrated, I'm pretty sure you get irritable too. Cranky and irritable. But it's like they love to, fake Christian narcissistic abusers, they love to starve themselves in the false name of fasting. And like, how are you glorifying God and fasting, but you manipulating and abusing people? I'm talking about Lisa Ruby. She used to hide food from me at her house when she sent me down to her house. And she used to hide food from me and force me to starve and call it fasting and casting out demons. And she manipulated and played a whole damn game. But she tried to use everything against me and try to act out and force me to relive and re-experience my abuse. And when she would trigger and provoke me, she would brag about irritating demons inside of me. When she would, and Miss Lisa Ruby was a perp, and she was gaslighting me with the food, and very controlling and abusive. But at the same time, like, you sitting here fasting, but you're still abusing people. How you? And then they, religious narcs who sold their soul to the devil and pretend to be Christian. It makes me really sick about how they driving around in these nice cars and talking about how blessed they are by God after you just you use the Bible to abuse and manipulate people. And that's why I had been calling people fake hypocrites. I didn't realize the people I was calling fake hypocrites were the people who are religious narcs or fake Christian narcissistic abusers who sold their soul to the devil and then want to hold everybody else responsible, and they try to pretend to act elitist or have elitist mentality or pretend to be super Christian as a cover up, a fake cover up, for their dirty deeds. So anyway, I gotta go pee. It's 12:02 p.m. right now, and as I said, it's supposed to have bad rain today. Guess I'll just eat the doggone chips and Reese's today. And then later on for dinner, I don't even know if I should just eat like a breakfast mixed with dinner or something. Um, you know, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I have to pee really bad. So um, I hate to have to, but tomorrow I gotta check out of this hotel room. Well, if I were to have more help, then I don't know if I can go back to the other hotel, the cheaper hotel, if they got space, if they have space over there, and if I had like more help, more financial donations and more help to get over there. And you know, but far as I know, it looked like I have to be back on the streets by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and have just enough for maybe a day worth of food, and have to cut out lunch or something, or cut out breakfast. But my skin is all cruddy. Like, I know I need to detox really bad. I want to take um a detox bath, but I don't know if I will take. I mean, I might take a shower, but I don't know if I take a detox bath. I might. I don't know. But today I want to work on some more writings as well. Or maybe do some more videos. I don't know, but I'll see y'all later.